box. Gotta keep your head on a swivel.
Bradfield bunts towards third. Harding off the mound. He had to play at the plate and he missed it.
All right, folks, Vanderbilt bunts with DeMarini. You know, what Vanderbilt also does is hit bombs with DeMarini, but, man, they love to bunt. We've been watching all their games to try to get their bat usage down. But, man, it's been really fun. So we thought we should put together a compilation of bunt videos. I mean, who does that, right? I mean, no one watches bunts on YouTube. But here we are. We're going to watch some bunts. They love DeMarini. Bats look great. And, by the way, sometimes we put an asterisk by the name, as you'll see. That generally means we're not exactly sure that was the bat. Some of them, Vandy loves to get custom stuff for DeMarini, so it's hard to tell what year it was, and just to make sure, we think we're pretty close to being right, but, you know, forgive us if we got a bat necessarily wrong. At the end of the day, it's fun to see Vandy bunt. I think they might bunt more than any other team in the country right now, but this is basically every game they've done in 2021 up through March 23rd. We went through and clipped them all out, and so enjoy some serious bunt love with Vanderbilt and their DeMarini bats.
In the pro game, chose to go to Vanderbilt over staying in the very shortened 5-round MLB draft last summer. He bunts this one towards third. Tough play for Black. Safe at first. Enrique Bradfield Jr. has his first collegiate hit on a perfectly placed bunt.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the last bunt we see from here with the speed that he has. Perfectly placed and a heck of a play by Black, the third baseman. Just about all that you can do, but still Bradfield able to get there with about 3 steps.
Usually means that's it for Vandy. 8-9-1 for the Commodores, still in a scoreless game. Bradley Bramer doing work as Bradfield bunts one to first. Pulled him off the bag. The second baseman angling, can't get there in time. 2 bunt hits today, 1 in each game for Enrique Bradfield.
And to a couple different sides. The first game, it was down the third base side. This game, right in that triangle, you see every single person on the right side converges. It causes that second baseman in England to have to get all the way over. Yeah, he didn't get cheated on that distance.
Nolan bunts this one. Is it going to stay fair? Heck yeah.
That's the benefit of playing at your home field. You're going to know all the angles. On a normal field, if that ball is close to the line, sometimes it'll go off to the side, but on the turf, very level. And who knows, maybe Nolan, when he was shoveling.
Sophomore shortstop. Hitting in the 2-hole every game so far this year. Switch hitter. Pushes the bunt towards first. Marejo off the bag, and it works out as a sacrifice.
Yeah, that ball was a little too hard than Young probably wanted. You take a look. I wanted to be a little bit softer so you kind of get the first baseman, second baseman, and the pitcher all converging on that. That was more so just a job of that, utilizing the turf.
Young shows bunt. Sacrifices back to the pitcher. Jones doesn't throw it. They're loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, perfect spot. It did not even have a chance of the runner at third base. I actually think his catcher, Ballman, was actually telling him to go 1-1-1.
Tough play for a lefty.
Yeah, very tough to catch it.
With nobody out in the second inning. Bradford squaring already, very early. And the pitch, he does bunt. It's up along the third base line. Glove by Clark, has to hurry, throw to first, not in time. Bradford legs out a bunt single. Puckett is very shallow. Haston ready and dealing. Bradfield does get the bunt down inside of third. It's gloved by the charging Puckett. He throws to first in time.
Jump bunt there by Bolger. I don't think that was called. I think that was done by him.
He strikes 47 balls. Bradfield's been on base twice. Couple of singles, couple of steals, and now he bunts one to third, and that'll be a third hit. So Bradfield's got an infield single, a line drive single up the middle with the infield in, and a bunt hit.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Bradfield have to use the bunt too much in the past few games, but able to pull it out. Norton was even on a dead run as he saw him square around. I think if Norton had even fielded that, not sure if he would have been able to even make a play on it. Putting the ball in play.
Gonzalez bunts one. Nicholson for the out.
It wasn't a bad placement in terms of speed, but probably could have gotten it a little bit more either to the right or to the left instead of right back to Nicholson. Still Bradfield that can run down some balls.
Davis bunts to first, and the inning's over. So Bradfield's single is it for Vandy in the bottom of the 6th. Commodores still up. Bunts. The catcher Rosario can't get it over in time. First bunt hit of the year for Cooper Davis.
And that's what makes him so effective as a leadoff hitter. He puts the ball exactly where it needs to be. I mean, whether the pitcher or the catcher fields that ball, they're not getting him out. And that was a perfectly defended play there.
Run for Cooper Davis, then a fly out and a strikeout. Isaiah Thomas back in the starting lineup after coming off the bench Sunday. Junior right fielder hitting .265 on the season. Bunts this one. Easy bunt base hit.
We've seen the Commodores do that a lot more often this year, bunting with 2 outs, especially if they see the third baseman playing back. You see the third baseman Trella playing way behind third base. It's an easy hit. Dugouts are very close to the batter's box. Gotta keep your head on a swivel.
Bradfield bunts towards third. Harding off the mound. He had to play at the plate and he missed it. Rodriguez stopped to avoid a tag, and Harding didn't get an out.
I think there was just confusion all the way around. As a defense, you're thinking, why is he bunting with 2 outs and the base is loaded? He gets down the line, and a nice job by Rodriguez. He don't want to run into an out, so he just stops, thinking he's going to try and get in a rundown. But then the pitcher Harding says, oh, I'm going to try and go to first base. So then Rodriguez said, oh, I guess I'm going to go home.
12 years. Mickey Rivers played longer than that.
Gets the bunt down there, and this is going to have fielded by the catcher, and that's a nice play by Max Hewitt to get out of there in a hurry and get the very speed.
You got a chance to catch it, and it looked like he was about 2 steps away from being able to catch it.
That one dribbled over to the left side, and fielding his position, Eric Walker comes off the hill, gets it, and throws it.
They're with the lead, and they got their 2 aces on the mound.
Now they batted around last inning. This is Nolan, and he bumps the ball, and coming over to field it is Cale Davis, who forgets to pick it up, and Nolan's going to have a. This has got. That's a tough call. It's a good bunt, but
It's a
that
good
should
idea.
be an out. That should
Shell's
be an
there.
out.
Yeah, the right-hander coming off.
Names by Dave Jarvis, who could pitch on this staff day, and that goes down to 7 because their initially proposed starter Corey Bell was scratched with a back injury. Davis bunts, confusion on the infield, and everybody's safe. Now Gonzalez caught off second, and he's safe on the way back in.
The second bunt hit there by Cooper Davis, this time to the left side. You see the confusion from Anderson, the pitcher, and Jarvis, the third baseman. And just that one little bit of hesitation.
Cooper Davis leads off for the Commodores. His 8th game back from a broken nose, looking for a bunt hit to start it.
And you can even know that that's coming. You know that that's in his arsenal, but it's just so hard to defend because he puts it in the exact right spot every single time. And watch where he puts this. He forces the first baseman to come and get this, and then it's just a foot race for the second baseman or the pitcher.
In stolen bases, 13 of 14 after being caught last night. What a drag. Pushes it out to second. Underhand flip to get him. Well, we don't see back control like that very often these days.
No, we don't. It's almost like a slapper in softball, to where you're going out of the box right away. I mean, he kind of squares to bunt and then does drag. In that case, you're just trying to get it past.
Future profits by incoming baseball teams, but
Young bunts this one, and the first base side's wide open. There's your slump buster, perhaps, for Carter Young.
Nice looking bunt here. Went with the push bunt with the left-hander. A great option to have all those different guys converge. And then it's just a race between him and Bosnick. Able to beat it out by a few feet. A nice play by
New bats for Nolan. Thomas bats in place of himself. Very good in the first 2 games, but like Nolan, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts today. He bunts this one with the third baseman back. Tying run aboard. Third bunt hit of the year for Isaiah Thomas. If they give it to him, he's going to take it.
Yeah, it was interesting. Burgess actually told Robinson, the third baseman, to come in right before that happened. And it was too late because Thomas had seen how far that Robinson, the third baseman, was playing, and a perfectly executed bunt.